and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k16 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. NXT this week, as we are 4 weeks away from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and we are getting closer to another edition of the NXT TakeOver Special. But before we get anywhere near that, we have to figure out who is going to be the man to take on AJ Styles for the NXT Championship next up. But first, Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss one-on-one. Speaking of AJ Styles, he'll team up with Austin Aries to take on Baron Corbin and Hideo Itami. That should be an interesting matchup indeed. Peyton Royce will take on Becky Lynch one-on-one as well. That should be a good contest between those two. And speaking of good contest, our tag team champions, the American Alpha, against a brand new team. It is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. That should be a good match there, as our NXT tag champs will have a run for their money. And our main event, it is the one we've been waiting for. These two have been going at it for months now. They'll meet once again to determine the number one contender, Cruz versus Joe. That's our main event. Alexa Bliss picks up the win over Nia Jax. Bit of an upset win there, I'd have to say. Our tag team contest, it is Austin Aries and the NXT champion AJ Styles with the win. Peyton Royce versus Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch gets the win. Let's get into our tag team contest. So our NXT tag team champions, they'll have to face the unknown here tonight. A new team here in NXT. Gargano and Ciampa. I mean, what is there to really say about our NXT Tag Team Champions? I mean, they've been very, very impressive for a long period of time. The question has really kind of been, who is going to be the next team to come up against this American Alpha outfit? I mean, we've seen Enzo and Cass, the Vaudevillains, you know, the Revival, all trying to get their hands on this championship, but neither team has been able to kind of get the job done. But it could very well be a brand new team that gets it done tonight. So here comes the first of our two new members of the NXT roster. Gargano and Ciampa is the team. This is Johnny Gargano. Now, before you get angry at me in the comments, the theme songs aren't the right ones because I couldn't get access to the ones that the current theme song for their tag team. It's not available or whatever. So if you have a copy of it, let me know, but I couldn't get my hands on it. So I know the theme songs are wrong. But anyways, Gargano and Ciampa, this should be a good contest. I mean, two independent stars have been well-traveled around the world as well. They've been making a bit of a name for themselves in the independent circuit. Now coming here to NXT to try and mix it up with the very best here in NXT in the tag team division. How will they fare? Well, only time will tell. Not a lot of experience teaming up together, but they come here to NXT as a team trying to win these NXT Tag Team Championships. And here is Ciampa. So, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, a lot to like. They have a good presence about them, and they look as though they are 100% ready to go for this big match here tonight. We don't know who's going to be the next team in line to take on the American Alpha, but tonight we could very well crown the next number one contenders if Gargano and Ciampa can get this win. It is a huge, huge match, no doubt about that. Can they pick up the win here tonight? Well, only time will tell, as we said. So we're about ready to get this one underway here. Ciampa and Gargano have arrived here at NXT. Well, can the American Alpha keep their winning form going? Or will the new team provide the upset here in NXT? Jason Jordan in there with Gargano to start this one off. And Jordan have the upper hand straight away, trying to perhaps teach a bit of a lesson to this brand new team here on the horizon, trying to send a bit of a statement to this new team, and that's something that the tag team champions have to try and do. You know, you don't want a new team to come in and get that win straight away. That way, they come here and they feel at home. Big time suplex there by Jordan. They'll feel at home, they'll feel comfortable, and they'll also have the confidence. And with that confidence, they can really kind of build a bit of momentum for themselves, and all of a sudden, they could be the new team of the block. Well, the new team of the block could be the tag team champions, and that's exactly what Chad Gable and Jason Jordan have to be aware of. Gargano has Jason Jordan over the top of the rope. He'll hang on though. Gargano, will he take advantage? And Johnny meets the left hand of Jason Jordan. And now Jason has Gargano up and down for the fallaway slam. And an elbow drop to continue it on as well. So a mixed start here for the new team here in NXT, Gargano and Ciampa. As Johnny's now in the corner again, and Jordan again with a suplex. So Jason Jordan trying to send a statement to the rest of the NXT locker room as well. As we said a moment ago, we've got the teams of, the Revival, the Hype Bros, Enzo and Cass, the Vaughn Villains, just to name a few, who are all trying to compete for this opportunity to take on the NXT champions next, NXT Tag Team Champions next, I should say. They're all trying to get this spot. Now, if a new team comes and gets that spot straight away, obviously that could give a bit of tension in the back for Gargano and Ciampa, so they might have to watch their backs a little bit if they do indeed win this match here tonight. Well, Tommaso Ciampa is now in this match for the first time, making his NXT debut, as Jordan grabs him by the waist and just slams him down. Now Chad Gable will enter in, the former Olympian. Plenty to like about Chad Gable, and plenty to like about Tommaso Ciampa. Nicely executed there, and a big statement needs to be made here. Can they do it? All the pressure here on the Tag Team Champions. This is the thing. Ciampa and Gargano have nothing to lose in this match. Spinning elbow strike there to Gable. Folds it up with the elbow on the leg as well. So the Tag Champs have everything to lose here. They have to make sure they win this match. Otherwise, well, all of a sudden, they'll be defending their Tag Team Champions against this new team. Everything to lose here. Not much really to gain. If they win this match, what will they really prove? They'll beat a new team, and this new team will go away and try and improve themselves as Jason Jordan enters back into this matchup. They'll try and improve and try and get better and come back at them again. But that's the perks of being a champion, I guess you can say. Every time you win a match that's not really for the titles, you don't really gain anything. You don't get one step closer to the tag team titles. All you do is you kind of send a bit of a statement that you're still the best team in the locker room, and that's exactly what the American Alpha will be trying to strive to achieve right now. Despite a new team here on the blocks, they're still better than them. That's exactly what they want to try and send to the locker room right now, as Jordan took down Ciampa, thought about a tag, decided against it, going to continue the momentum that he's got here. But instead, Ciampa from behind with a strike to the back of Jason Jordan. Now, here comes the leg sweep as well. Jason Jordan goes down. Gargano liked what he saw there. Ciampa waiting for Jordan to get back to his feet. Instead, Jordan back to his feet and straight away grabs a hold of Ciampa over the top rope and to the outside of the ring. Well, small mistake there by Ciampa, and Jordan able to make him pay for it. Jason Jordan, Chad Gable, a strong presence here. The NXT fans love what they see with this team who've been, working hard and trying to accomplish all their goals and dreams here in NXT. So far, so good for them. They're doing very, very well as a tag team. Some say that perhaps their future is tag team gold on either Raw or SmackDown as well. A lot of talk about perhaps them moving up once their NXT title reign does come to an end, and perhaps even if it does come to an end, maybe they'll go up with the titles. Who knows? But Jason Jordan would love to keep those titles. I know Chad Gable continues to work hard every time he's in there and continue to get better and better and better. And another backbreaker there by Jason Jordan. So nicely done there on Ciampa, who's quickly learning what NXT is all about. But Ciampa, nice counter there, taking down Jordan. And Ciampa will bring back in Johnny Gargano, and here he comes. Jordan now. Oh, big right hand there to Gargano, who goes down. And Chad Gable will come back in. So the quick tags here by both teams, trying to tag frequently in and out. The American Alpha doing a little bit better than Ciampa and Gargano, and obviously chemistry will be a bit of an issue for them. It hasn't been a lot of times that they've teamed up in the past, so it may take them a while to kind of get going. But if they can win here tonight with this little bit, with a lack of experience, then hey, what can they do when they have the experience? That'll be the scary thing. Gargano with his right hands there to Chad Gable, had him in the submission hold as well. Didn't quite work out for him. But he's trying to wear down Chad Gable. The plan right now must be try and isolate one of these two members of the tag team champions. Up on the shoulders right now. Look out. No, Gable the counter. Turns into a neckbreaker. Had to counter that, otherwise he was in massive trouble. Now Gable hooks the leg. Gargano kicks out. Gable back to his feet first. And continues to apply the pressure now to the traps here of Gargano, who's trying to fight through it, trying to get back to his feet. A couple of right hands there to the chest and abdomen of Chad Gable. And now, oh, a running cutter there. the cutter by Gargano. That could be it. No, instead decides to get Gable back to his feet. Gargano now picks him up. He's going for the crucifix. Powerbomb connects there on Chad Gable. This could be it right now. Potentially winning over the tag champions. Hooks the leg. Gable. He'll kick out of the counter too. Keeps this match alive. Impressive. But Gargano sending a big statement right now to Chad Gable. What he's all about here, we're seeing it right now. Another counter there by Johnny. And now, look out! Had the full Nelson from behind and slams him face first right down into the mat. Thought about a tag, may have wasted a little bit too much time. Instead, tries to go for a cover now. Rolls him into the middle of the ring. And now, here we go. Will he get him? Not quite. Jason Jordan there sensed the urgency of the situation. Ciampa was trying to get in there as well. But Gargano unable to get the pinfall over Chad Gable. But I tell you what, Johnny certainly got the advantage right now. Well, Chad Gable just kind of reminding the newcomers to NXT what he's all about. Not sure if that was the right time to do it. He was getting his ass kicked, let's be honest, by Gargano. Johnny was really in control of the match. Gable's may have made the tag out, of course, but not really time to brag, I guess you could say. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. But just trying to throw the confidence off or just throw them off their game or anything. Just trying to stop this momentum from Gargano and Ciampa. Well, it's kind of worked at the moment because Jason Jordan is in and now all of a sudden Gargano's in a pinning predicament. He'll kick out the counter too. And Gable and Jordan are back in control. Jordan has Gargano back up. Uppercut there by Johnny Gargano. Now, Jason Jordan from behind. Looks out. Look out. Oh, there's a suplex. Well, that was swift, wasn't it? He connects those suplexes so well. And that's the danger of Ciampa and Gargano they have to watch out for. If it's not tonight, in future matches against the tag champs, those suplexes are deadly from both Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Gargano now in the corner. Jordan, you can see a little sluggish trying to get there. And Gargano makes him pay with a big boot. And now delivers a suplex of his own. That was well executed as well. Now Gargano, he's feeling it. He's confident. He's got a hold of Jason Jordan. Snapmare. And a big kick. Oh, no, but it might have a knee, actually. As well as the boot into the back of Jason Jordan. Ciampa now enters the match. Well, Ciampa has got Jason Jordan right where he wants him. This is a big chance. Powerbomb by Ciampa. Now wants him back up again. Jason Jordan in trouble here. Ciampa, what's he got planned now for Jordan? One powerbomb. How about a second? Oh no! Onto the knees! Well, the powerbomb to the knees. And Ciampa has got Jordan beat. No, he'll kick out at two somehow. Well, I don't believe it. How the hell did he kick out of that? That was absolutely brilliant there by Tommaso Ciampa. Wow, that was impressive. Impressive indeed. Ciampa now sends Jordan into the corner. Might be looking to use the top rope to try and send Jason Jordan off of it. Jordan instead with the counter. He's going to go off it. No, decides against it. Probably a good idea. Jordan instead hooks the arm with the exploder suplex. And the arm wrapped around the leg. And that was really nicely done. Well, Ciampa's now in the corner trying to get back to his feet somehow. Chad Gable's back in the match. Didn't have a good run of it last time he was in here. Can he try and turn that around this time? Ciampa now off the top rope perhaps. Here he goes with a missile drop kick off the top. Stomping down Chad Gable. Now he's going to try and go for it again, is he? Going off the top rope one more time. But Chad Gable, you can see crawling to the corner. Well, he's just going to change corners. He's going to try and change direction. He's going to go for it again. No. Gable back to his feet before he could really try and execute it. Ciampa not afraid to fly. And that's a tactic that Chad Gable and Jason Jordan don't really like to use too often. So it might be a good way to beat the tag team champions. Try and up the tempo, fly around the ring a little bit. They like to toss you around with those suplexes, as I've mentioned a little earlier. And another one there from Chad Gable, and that could be it right there. Well, wasting a lot of time then Tommaso Ciampa trying to find which corner he wanted to fly from. Another German there by Jason Jordan. And that just may cost the momentum here. Can Chad Gable put him away though? And now look out. Here comes the Alabama Slam. And Ciampa is confident right now. He's feeling it. And look out. Face first. Grabbed a hold of the head of Chad Gable. Face first he went. Now the powerbomb again. This time, just the powerbomb, not into the knees. And Ciampa may just beat the tag champions right there. And he does. What about that win from Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa? What about that? They have knocked off the tag team champions on their debut. Well, that is impressive. The powerbomb right there was the killer blow. Jason Jordan taken out by Gargano, and they're able to pick up the win. That was a very, very good win. They had to fight hard for it. They had to really earn it. The tag champs, they brought their A game as well. So an impressive win here, and what a great debut for these two men. They've burst onto the scene here in NXT. They've had a big impact already. Now can they top it off with perhaps an NXT Tag Team Championship win down the line? Our main event now, and two familiar faces meet once again in our main event of NXT. Bitter rivals for many months now. They'll meet one more time to determine the NXT Championship #1 contender. This is Apollo Crews. He meets Samoa Joe here tonight. Apollo Crews, he's had his opportunities against AJ Styles in the past, unsuccessful. He knows that, but a win here against Samoa Joe will just get the confidence building again for Apollo Crews. He's had some wins, no doubt about that. He's been impressive, we know. But the big win has been the one that he's been searching for, and he hasn't been quite able to get his hands on that championship. It's driving him nuts. Is tonight the night he gets one more opportunity for that championship later on? Well, to do so, he'll have to beat this man. It is Samoa Joe. He is deadly. He is one evil man when he wants to be. He can take you down in the blink of an eye. Samoa Joe. What a competitor he has been since arriving at NXT Arrival. He's been gunning for the championship ever since. But Samoa Joe, despite being quite dominant, ambushing a number of different NXT superstars, he hasn't quite been able to get his hands on the title either. For what reason, I'm not exactly sure. In the ring, in a one-on-one situation, he just hasn't been able to eclipse AJ Styles. He's beaten Apollo Crews in the past. Apollo Crews would love a bit of revenge here. Would love an opportunity at AJ Styles one-on-one for the NXT Championship. Of course, NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way. What a night that was. Joe, Crews, Hitami, and Styles in the one match. AJ Styles escaped with the win on that night. Samoa Joe feels as though he deserves a rematch. Apollo Crews, he just wants anything he can get. Both men had to go through a match last week, getting wins last episode of NXT. And they've earned this opportunity because of those wins. So the winner meets AJ Styles later on. And we know the personal history between these two. So you know this match is just going to be physical. It's going to be brutal. I don't think it's going to be a long one. I think these two are going to beat each other up to the point when neither one of these men are going to be able to stand for long. So at the moment, they're just both throwing bombs at one another. Samoa Joe now has the arm of Apollo Crews, trying to wear down that arm. Apollo Crews able to counter though, and rolls through. So Crews with a drop kick. What has he learned since their last encounter? That'll be the question that needs to be answered here. Has Apollo Crews gotten better since their last encounter between Crews and Joe, of course? They've had their battles. They've had a bit of a rivalry going for a long time now, but it has Apollo Crews learned from his mistakes against Samoa Joe the last time they met, as Joe launches himself at Crews, taking him down. Crews with an uppercut there to the chest of Joe. You can see the chest of Joe already getting a little bit red there because of Apollo Crews' strikes. And Joe just chopping down on Apollo Crews, but Crews countering back. And that's exactly what you're going to see in this one. Lots of counters back and forth, and there's a power slam by Apollo Crews, and that's the power game of Apollo Crews that Samoa Joe must be careful of. And again with a suplex. Apollo Crews needs to capitalize on the small burst of momentum that he's got, but Samoa Joe, the veteran that he is, able to stop that down very, very quickly. So the winner meets AJ Styles, who's been on an impressive run himself, Styles, winning the championship at the NXT Arrival event and has not lost it since. He's defended it a number of times. He's been very impressive. Joe! Oh my goodness. Apollo Crews landing on the back of his neck. And again, Joe might be going for it. Instead, turns into a German suplex. So, AJ Styles has been the man to beat. And arguably, AJ Styles has been the man. I mean, AJ Styles has a victory over current WWE Champion Finn Balor. He's beaten Hideo Itami, Samoa Joe, Apollo Crews. I mean, the top 4 contenders for that championship, AJ Styles has beaten every single one of them. Samoa Joe now, again, just tossing Apollo Crews around the ring. What about that? Samoa Joe feeling pretty confident right now, going back to that arm again. Apollo Crews in trouble. Samoa Joe trying to lock that arm bar in. Hasn't quite got it though. And Crews able to get through and survive. And Joe now has a German suplex applied to him. Bit of an inverted, unorthodox German suplex. And again, trying to wear down the arm of Samoa Joe now as Apollo Crews. Perhaps he's thinking submission as well. Maybe that's the way to win this one. Oh, right hand there by Samoa Joe. Apollo Crews taken to the outside now. And Joe has Crews and launches him into the ringside apron. And Apollo Crews, what about the strength here from Crews? Picking up Samoa Joe, who isn't exactly a small man, and doing so pretty comfortably. Now a big left hand, and as a bit of a haymaker of a clothesline there, takes down Samoa Joe. And we know this is going to be physical. We talked about it earlier, there's rivalry between the two, and we're seeing it right now in this ring, and outside the ring as well. Not afraid to use anything they can get their hands on within reason. Oh, Crews trying to launch himself at Joe. Joe evading. Snapman now by Joe. And he's going to try and slow the pace down. Apollo Crews just quickening up a little bit. That isn't exactly going to suit Samoa Joe at all. So Joe's trying to wear down the arm again of Crews. And so far, it hasn't quite worked out for Joe. But later on, if he can get that submission in, that could exactly be the key for a victory here for Samoa Joe. Suplex there by Joe. Both men are down. Joe's trying to get to the cover. Has one arm on Crews, but he's able to get the shoulder up before the count can even occur. That's the thing with Apollo Crews and Samoa Joe. They're so competitive against one another. Apollo Crews won't even want to give Samoa Joe a 1 count if he can help it. He'll want to try and deflate Samoa Joe as much as he can. And Joe with that flying forearm right into Apollo Crews in the corner there. Apollo Crews has Joe against the ropes, ducks underneath, and a big flying crossbody there on Samoa Joe by Apollo Crews. Looks to try and beat Joe now, hooks the leg, and Joe kicks out. Well, Samoa Joe doesn't really care how long it takes him to kick out, as long as he does so. Samoa Joe just wants to win this match and get through to AJ Styles one more time for the NXT Championship. Joe's had opportunities in the past, has failed for whatever reason. The one man he's yet to beat is AJ Styles. But Apollo Crews may just want that opportunity a little bit more than Samoa Joe right now, trying to wear down Joe. Would love to win this match. Samoa Joe trying to hang on. This side headlock right now by Apollo Crews. And Joe's trying to fight through. And Apollo Crews just trying to choke out Samoa Joe. But Joe had his chin down. I don't think he really had the arm wrapped around the throat too much, so it didn't really faze Samoa Joe all that much. Cruz now back in the corner. Samoa Joe taking his time getting there. And Samoa Joe, look out, it's got a hold of Cruz. And a powerbomb into the corner by Samoa Joe. There's the power game of Samoa Joe. Rolls Cruz over, presses down on top of him, and he won't get it though, as Cruz this time kicks out at 2. Now the back and forth strikes again. Samoa Joe getting the better of it. Has Cruz in the corner. What's he planning now? Apollo Cruz up the top of the rope. Samoa Joe tried to take Cruz down. Instead, Cruz flying clothesline off the top rope. Down goes Joe. Apollo Cruz has Samoa Joe. Picks him up. And a running slam again. Apollo Cruz is getting himself going now. He's on fire. Drops the leg. He's just got to continue this momentum. Try and find a big move. Try and put Samoa Joe away. He's got an opportunity. He has to capitalize. The NXT Championship opportunity is on the line. Joe now in the corner. Apollo Cruz, he's sluggish, you can see, trying to get himself going. Just hasn't got much left in the tank though. And that's been the result of this match. It's been high physicality between the two. Joe now has a chance. Is he going to fly? Joe! Oh, a lot about that from Joe! Spinning off the top of the rope, connecting with a leg. Now Cruz gets the left shoulder up. Well, Samoa Joe, not a guy to fly off the top rope too much, but if he has an opportunity, he'll take advantage. And that's exactly what he did. And it worked pretty well for him, almost getting him the win. Joe meets the enziguri of Apollo Cruz, and he had to connect with that because Joe was just starting to get going again. Cruz may have saving himself here. And the referee has seen the rope grab of Samoa Joe. Grabs the ropes. How the hell does he see that one, but all the other ones in the past he doesn't see? That is a miracle. This referee, I just think he wants to be blind when he feels like it. Oh! Apollo Cruz flying off the top. Over the top, I should say. Landing on Joe. I don't really think he got all of it, but enough there. But Joe's already back to his feet, which is trouble here for Apollo Cruz because Samoa Joe has got him lined up. Joe, unable to capitalize. Cruz with a big counter, he had to. Now the snapmare himself. And Joe, countering again. Joe was about ready to put Cruz away. And now Joe has Cruz up. And plants him down. Is that going to be the end of Apollo Cruz? Samoa Joe, not satisfied yet. Or is he? No, he's not. Look out. Samoa Joe. Big enziguri. Right to the side of the head of Apollo Cruz. Samoa Joe looking really good right now, but Cruz countering. And just like that, the momentum of Joe has been stopped in its tracks. Or has it? Joe not giving up yet. Samoa Joe still going. Has Cruz in the corner. That's never good. On the top rope in the corner. That is never good against Samoa Joe. And it might not be that great because Samoa Joe is thinking big. He's thinking a suplex off the top rope. Apollo Cruz destroyed off the top. Broken in half perhaps from Samoa Joe. He has not moved a muscle. Joe's got him up. Cruz has got some life back into him. Joe with a counter there. Connecting, I think it might have been with a knee. Cruz in the corner. Joe's coming again. Can Apollo Cruz hang on? Big chop in the corner. Samoa Joe is about ready, I think, to end this match and get himself an opportunity at AJ Styles for the NXT Championship. He's about ready to book it in. Can Cruz somehow survive this onslaught? Cruz back to his feet. Enziguri. That'll work. Joe is down. Cruz to win this match. Will that beat Samoa Joe right now? Counter 2. No, he won't get him. Joe waiting to the last second to kick out. Cruz thought he had him. Teasing Cruz. Oh, wait a minute. Joe in trouble. There it is. Spinning powerbomb. Both shoulders are down. Both shoulders are down. Well, are they? I mean, both shoulders were down. I thought Joe's shoulder might have just gone up. I'm not 100% sure. But at the end of the day, Apollo Crews picks up the win. A surprise powerbomb. Joe was not expecting it, and it caught him at the count of 3 quickly. And Apollo Crews goes on to face AJ Styles for the NXT Championship down the line. What a match that is going to be. Apollo Crews has done it. I honestly thought Samoa Joe was about ready to put this one to bed. But Crews, to his credit, got back to his feet in Zaguri, then the spinning powerbomb. And what he did well is that he had both shoulders down instantly, had the legs hooked, and I think if he had not been able to do that, then I don't know. I just don't know if he would have been able to get the win there. But smart move by Apollo Crews. He's earned himself the win, and now he'll meet AJ Styles for the NXT Championship. Is Apollo Crews going to be the next NXT Champion? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think he can beat AJ Styles? And this is where I thought right there. I thought the arm of Samoa Joe, no, I think he's okay. I think the shoulders are down. The arm was quite in the air, but the shoulder was still just down. So the referee got it right for once. Apollo Crews with the win. A big win at that. Now AJ Styles is the next... Oh, speaking of AJ Styles, well, the champion is going to come out here to take a look at Apollo Crews firsthand here. Styles is in the ring. And AJ Styles getting in the face here of Apollo Crews. Crews not backing down. Are they about to go after one another here? They're in each other's face, talking trash. And Crews just getting himself ready to go. AJ Styles just sending a message to Apollo Crews that he's ready. That he is ready for Crews anytime, any place. Crews, he's ready himself. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us for another episode of NXT. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like on this video. Let's try and hit 12 likes on this episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe to see more. Check out the website BrendenPlayz.com for more Universe Mode news and updates. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next video.